10 races have been completed. There's 2 more to go. Welcome everybody to SKG Tier 4 here in Season 16. We are here in round 11 of here in the Austrian mountain, shall we say, for our 11th round of the season. And my party chat isn't on. Lovely. Great start, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect. Anyway, welcome to a very, 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 very wet Austrian Grand Prix qualifying session. Oh boy. This is going to be something. Yeah, round 11 of the season, penultimate race of the season. Here we go then. And we have a 3-way title fight between Taz, Gerv, and Naut, who has been leading it for a majority of the season. But is this the race that he loses that championship lead? I guess we'll have to wait and see, as Gerv has already left the session. He is probably going to get a wet setup. But yeah, let's do this. Austria, track that is infamously kind of quite good for racing with its 3 DRS zones. Obviously, no DRS for our drivers in the wet conditions. This will be very interesting to see how people's pace stacks up, especially in our, soggy conditions. A few cars going out on the inters. We are currently watching Mido, who is the first man that's going to come around to start a lap. In the Haas, he is on the he's on the wets, but a couple of people have gone for the inters, so we will wait and see what tyre is fastest come the end of the session. Then, there we go then. Let's take a ride with the Haas for a lap around Austria in the wet. Someone let me know if the audio is okay. Preferably. My mic sounds terrible, and I'm the one literally that has the headset on. Double check. Someone in chat can let me know the audio is okay, then that'd be fantastic. Yeah, Mido navigating the hairpin of turn. I'm tempted to say turn 2, but it is actually turn 3, which is stupid. Down the hill into turn 4, navigates that probably a bit too wide for the optimum line. He now runs through the middle sector, through the double left-hander we have here. A high-speed section in the dry, of course. Obviously, in the wet, it will be a lot slower. And now he's up to the final 2 corners, the double right-hander of turn 8 and 9. Hunter Clark has been disqualified. Wow, that's something. As he's through the final corner, and over the line comes the Haas and does a 1:16.9, beaten then by Squirt. Who was also on the west by a 16.9, or an 18.5 I actually should have said. I completely said that wrong. Squirt goes fastest ahead of Malik, who goes 2 tenths behind. He's on the intermediates, so maybe a similar pace on the wets and the intermediates, but we'll just wait and see for more people to get times on the board. Sanderson just comes over the line. He goes on the intermediates of a 121.6. Seb goes on as a 121.6 and then a 126.0. So that was a slow lap for the Aston Martin, who is, I think, reserving here tonight, I want to say. So we're watching Wesker, who actually this is his home race. So the Ferrari, the only Austrian in the field, celebrating his home event. And he's gone on to P7. For the time being. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and grab the championship standings up, as I believe after last week's events with Naut, I think scoring 4 points, I want to say. Just double check the standings after our race in Kota, which was eventful to say the least, I'm pretty sure. if I remember right. Championship standing. Let's get that up. Aha. So it's 5 points to separate Naut, Hastaz, and Gerv. Gerv has fallen down to P3 in the standings after, I think, last week's events. Or was he already there? I'm not sure. But yeah, 5 points in it. And we have 2 races to go. That is what you love to see. Love to see. But yeah, now, got to be careful. He needs a good showing here. Obviously, last week he had a bit of a stinker, I want to say. With, I think, being outside the points for a while. And then it ended up, thankfully, getting into the points come the end of the race. But with I think with Hastaz and Gerv finishing up inside that top 5, I want to say, then yeah, it really hurt the McLaren's chances of the championship. But still, every opportunity for the McLaren to clinch this. But he just needs some very misfortune for the other drivers, as Hastaz has gone fastest in the time being on a 1:16.6. Once again showing that he is a tier 3 driver. Quali merchant. Whoa. Anyway, move on. We have 3 cars left yet to set times. Keynes is one of them, as what the Malik does go 7 tenths faster than Hastaz. Malik with a stonker lap to do a 1:15.999. Oh, that's a satisfying lap time to see. But yeah, nice lap from him there. We also had Zukazama join the session. He's going to fill in for Williams. So we almost have a full grid. Yeah, only just missing one person for that stat. But yeah, we have Gerv, Zukazama, and Braver Container that have not set lap times yet. But we know Gerv, he's a bit prone to not setting a time. But yeah, all 3 of our championship protagonists looking to claim their first title in their SKG career. Did you rejoin Gerv? Or did you not? Oh, I thought I saw your name join. Okay. Get Gerv back in the session, shall we? Last week's winner, Keynes in the Red Bull, taking his 2nd win of the season. In very dominant fashion, you must say, as he kind of just left the field again. The same he kind of did in Qatar, actually. Where he just waltzed off into the distance, and we didn't really see him much after that. So yeah, Keynes taking his 2nd win of the season. And looking to make it back-to-back wins here in Austria, but talking to the Bulgarian, or the Hungarian, one of the two. After the event, as GB Sanson's gone P2 there. Nice lap from the Ferrari, who had I think a decent showing last time out in Austin. I think he had a P5 or P6 finish near the end of the race after pulling off an undercut on, I think, quite a few cars. So, yeah, GB Sanson with the nice Ferrari strategy. Ferrari strategy actually doing wonders there. But he's going P2 on a 16.2. So nice lap from him. But yeah, like we were saying about Keynes, speaking to him after the race, he not feeling so confident around Austria, but as things stand, he's currently nearly 3 tenths up, or nearly 4 tenths up on his personal best on a 16.6. So he may even never mind. As Kieran comes over the line, he goes to what can Keynes do? He improves by 3 tenths, but he stays in P4. But Malik, 1.2 seconds faster. Malik may be a threat for the. I mean, we don't obviously know what the race is doing in the for weather. We don't know if the race is going to be dry or wet, but that is a astonishing lap from Malik to put him quite a way away, quite a way ahead, shall we say, of the Ferrari in P2. As things stand, Hastaz is the lead championship protagonist here. He's sitting 3 points behind Naut, who has fallen down to P8. Only 2 places behind his rival Gerv down to 16th, who has not set a time. Hastaz improving on that first sector, which literally just is 1 corner. So, yeah, fun. Hader in the Aston Martin. Hader, I feel like I recognise the name, but I can't remember where from. Did he used to race here? There's like a part of me which kind of like in the back of my mind. He was here seasons ago. I feel like I might have had a few incidents with him. That's kind of why I remember it. I feel like I've had incidents. I think I took him out in Japan or something. I'm not entirely sure. As what? Mido has gone to P5. Adrian just improves to P5 there, as Nap has now improved to P4. So yeah, I think Mido went up to 3rd or something like that, and then was stopped. This Mido guy might generally be the death of me. What do you do? But the times are definitely improving, as GB Sanderson's now only half a second behind, actually, Malik. So Sanderson's showing good pace, as well as Squirt, who obviously in last week's, if you tuned in to the events of COTA, we know that Hastaz and Squirt had a little bit of a comings together. A bit controversial, to say the least. Gerv currently on his lap time now, so he is weaving, so I don't think he is actually pushing. Trying to tell me he wants to stop early, even though he's in control. Okay. Oh no. Okay, fair enough. Ooh. Was that a bit of miscommunication between the Aston Martins there? Cater and who's the other Aston Martin here tonight? Seb, who's the only man on the wets for now. Everyone else has switched to the intermediates, which is comfortably intermediate conditions here, so yeah, probably the Aston Martin will come into pit lane, and does. But Cades are up to line, improves by 8/10 and goes into P8. As, Naut goes fastest on a 1:14.747. That is what he needs. He needs to be at the front and needs to be ahead of, well, Hastaz down in 14th and Gerv 17th, but has yet to set a time, so we wait and see for Gerv, but I think he is just waiting. I think he's just using this lap to, well, probably warm his tyres up, and then his next lap will probably be the push one. As well as this man, Zukazama, who has not set a time, so, and he is on his out lap, so yeah, it is Gerv and the Williams that have yet to set times, and we will just keep, I don't know who we should keep an eye on, probably Gerv. And 3rd in the standings, 5 points behind Naut. Currently he's fastest, but with just under 5 minutes left in the session, and the track will, improve, most certainly. That is definitely subject to change. Down to 2nd gear, surprisingly, even in the damp conditions here. Someone that runs no tip traction control, that would probably be absolutely hell. You can hear the revs being limited there. As Gerv now coming up to our final 2 corners on the racetrack. Through turn 8. And then through the easy to invalidate on the inside and on the outside there, turn 9. Now he's going to run up to line. And he slots into P3. Lovely lap from the Brit there in the racing balls. I was about to say the racing point for some reason. As up to the line comes Zukazama, and he goes from last to fastest as Kaizen goes faster just behind the Williams. Yeah, so Zukazama goes onto a 14.6, then beaten by Kaizen, who, I wonder if I should go into a mess. I wonder if I should leak the DMs. Should I quote what this man said to me in a DM? Maybe I should. Hang on, let me just let me just Unfortunately, I just suck at this track. 3 to 5 seasons, I never do well here. Well, as Malik has gone a second faster, Keyneson's still looking strong. They're in P2, but Malik is just on fire as things stand. As Sanderson, who was second fastest, mind you, not like a minute or two ago, has now gone down to P9. So you can see there, the track is improving, definitely. And the times are tumbling. So yeah, anyone really could just all of a sudden take the top spot. Hastaz is down to P17 now. This is not what he needs, but obviously we know how good he can be in the race, as well as any of these guys really. As long as they lock in, then they're all semi decent. As someone else has just improved. Is that GB Sanson? Yes, it is. He's now gone up to P5. We don't know how long's left in the session actually. I don't know how long we've got left. Oh, just under 2 minutes now, so nearly done. People should probably have time for another 2 laps, I want to say. Or another lap if you've just completed one like GB Sanson has. Wesker has improved. He's gone up to P2 in his home event. Still a second back from Malik. Malik is scary. As Gove has gone into P2 there. Still 4 tenths behind the Sauber. Nice lap from him. Keyneson emerging from the pit lane. He will have a response coming up very shortly. Raver Container, he's gone to P7. Who else? Is that the Haas of TJ improving? Yes, it is. This Haas goes P4. Zukazama, the times are just tumbling. I can't keep a track of who's going where. There was another car coming over the line. I don't know which one that was. That Malik? No, that was the... Who's that? Is that Mercedes? Kieran, yeah, he didn't. He might have improved, I don't know. But Zukazama has gone to P2, only 2 tenths behind the Sauber, who... Well, he's going to have one more chance to extend that gap. But yeah, he's been looking so strong this session, and maybe on for pole position here. You can never know with the track wet who can step up, as Zukazama is sliding there at turn 4. I don't know who to watch really. Keyneson is on an outlap. There's cars ahead of him. There's a Haas of Mido, I'm pretty sure. This is Mido is 8 tenths up. He's just improved. He goes up to P10. Will he get out of the way of Keyneson? Hopefully he does and doesn't block the Red Bull too much. Now it needs to improve. He's down to P11. Where's Hastaz? Hastaz is down in P17. He needs his lap, or else his championship hopes will definitely not be great for him if he stays down in P17, should we say. Zukazama has retired. He's done quite a good job there. As Knapp, was we were just watching him through that final corner, has got to 3rd place, only 10th behind the Williams of Zukazama, who done a great effort. He's come in late, and the Haas is not getting out of the way of Keyneson. It's really going to hamper Keyneson's efforts for pole position here, with the Haas just constantly sitting in the way. As who is that? Squirt goes over the line and Guy goes into P2. Malik has gone off and he's not going to improve. Where is Hastaz? What can he do? He goes to P2. He goes up to P2. Lovely lap from him. That's exactly what he needs to do. But still a 10th behind the Sauber of Malik, who's just on fire. And who else is Keynesian's coming to the pit lane, and well, you have to say he's not going to be very happy with the Haas whatsoever. And yeah, bit stupid from the Haas to just sit in the way. That was not good at all from the man in P17. But then again, he's P17, so oh well. That is your grid then for round 11 here in Austria. Wet qualifying, and well, we'll have to see if it's a dry race. We don't know that yet. But it's the Sauber on pole position of Malik from Hastaz and Squirt, the controversial duo from Kota, lining up in 2nd and 3rd, with Zukazama in 4th. Good showing for Williams there. Knapp in P5, and I think it was TJ in P6. Now he just finished the lap, I'm pretty sure. I thought he finished, but oh well, doesn't matter now. But yeah, is now in P7. Gerv, he's just ahead of his championship rival Gerv in P8. Kieran in P9. Westcott in his home event finished qualifies P10, just ahead of Anamako and GB Sanson. The two Red Bulls lining up in 13th and 14th. Cater in 15th. Braver Container in 16th. Mido in P17. Seb in P18. And Hunter Clark being disqualified early on. And starting last in P19. Okay. All to play for then. Here we go. Round 11. Fingers crossed this is a good one. As, ooh, quite overcast, so may see some rain. You never know. Maybe may have some rain, but we'll have to wait and see. We're going to go ahead and leak the strategies, because why not? Okay. Probably I don't know. Is it a one stop here? It's quite a long race. It's 36 laps here in Austria. It's a 78 lap race in real life. Half that we get down to 36. Maths. I'm going to assume it's a two-stop round here. I think the tyre will probably be a bit... especially with the long corners, but... let us wait and see what our drivers decide that they will do. We'll go ahead and get the strategies back up. See what people are doing. Majority starting on the mediums, couple of people going for the hards, but... they may not have just selected their strategies thing yet, and still have got the automatic hard on. Ugh. That came out wrong. Right then, here we go then. Round 11 of Season 16. SKG Tier 4 is a go. The lights go out and we are away. It looks like Malik has got a good start ahead of Hastaz. Zukazama will stay in third. No, it's not Zukazama. It's Squirt actually. And then it's up the inside. Goes Nap of the Williams. Will get the tyres up. There we go. Majority on the medium. Squirt has gone for the hard, so he doesn't get the best launch. But up at the front, Malik and Hastaz are going side by side. Will the Alpine... he does. He breaks so much later. Gets around the outside of the Sauber in turn 3. Going off the track there. I think that was TJ in the Haas. He's now going to go side by side with Gerv in the run down to turn 4. It looks like Gerv has got ahead. Nat was falling down, I think, at position or 2. He's now behind Zukazama in the Williams. And yeah, up at the front, they are staying as they are. I think that is TJ going side by side with Zukazama. TJ ran the outside of turn 6. That was a lovely move there by the Haas in the background. Who's gone round? I think that is an Aston Martin of Seb. Seb has gone around. Unfortunately for him, he's going to now fall down. Well, yeah, to the back and off the back of the field. And being on the hard tyres is really going to be tough for him to gain back the time. Hastaz though on the opening lap, taking the lead and already building a 6th, 10th advantage over Malik. But the DRS is very, very powerful around here. But Nap looking close here. Not close enough. Zukazama getting back ahead of TJ with the DRS. Adamako and GB Sanson swapping places. They're battling for P9. The Ferrari gets overtaken by the McLaren. And who is that? Is that Wesker? Is he had enough? Or who has had enough? I think that might have been Kieran, was it? Somebody falling down. Hunter Clark has made a decent start. He's gone up from P19 to P15. Up a couple of positions. Squirt and Malik are battling. Squirt's now getting ahead of the pole man. So the man on pole now falling down to Gerv. Gerv has now all of a sudden taken advantage of this through turn 7. Or is that turn 6? I think that might be turn 6 and then turn 7 is the other one. Is the little kink right-hander. But yeah, the Sauber down to P5 now. So yeah, maybe just not having the race pace. One man who does have the race pace is Nap, as he's now going to challenge for the race lead. He gets the fast lap of the race, followed up by Squirt, who's on the hard tyres. But Nap up the inside into turn 1. Can Hastaz get the better run out the corner? But Nap will have the DRS, I think, actually here. Rear wing is closed for the Alpine, but the rear wing is open for the Racing Bulls, and he will stay ahead. Seb retires at the final corner, is that? Or is he just retired on track? I believe he's just retired on track and doesn't cause any safety car intervention, thank God. Hassas with the DRS out of turn 2. Or turn 3, I want to say. Oh, sorry to say turn 2 as that hairpin, but gotta remember it's turn 3. Through turn 4 they go, but Hassas back up into the lead. This is definitely going to be a thing going on in this race. But Squirt following behind, only half a second back on those hard tyres. And then Gerv in P4 with Naut down in P7. He needs to make some ground up with two championship protagonists both inside that top 4. He will definitely lose the championship lead as things stand, with those other guys taking points off of him. Once again, Nap looking for the move, but will he go for it? He's lifting off as Hassas brakes. Will he now play the DRS chicken game? Has he got it? No, he hasn't, but Nap has. But Hassas has the straight line speed. Even with the DRS, he just doesn't even have the speed. But here comes Squirt up the inside of them both into turn 3. Will the Williams get... Oh, who's that gone round? That's Gerv. Gerv's gone round. Gerv now down to P14. And he's stuck. Gerv, reset to track. Gerv, you can reset to track, buddy. A heartbreak for the Racing Bulls, as he's down to P18 and so far off the back of the field now. Oh, I feel for you, man. Really do. Head down. You can still get some points here. I don't really know what happened there for the Racing Bulls, as he's gone around again. They're in P18 now, but his teammate Nap has taken the lead. And who else? Who was it? Actually, we'll have to just wait and see what the stewards say. If there was a bit of bumping and barging for caused Gerv to spin. But yeah, it was a very odd one. Or maybe just locked the rears. We do not know. As Hassas picks up a 3-second time penalty already here on lap 5. Yeah, the track limits are definitely quite treacherous here. One thing is for sure is it wasn't Squirt causing an incident with Gerv. I'm pretty sure, as he was up the inside already of the Racing Bulls and was ahead. As in the background, Zukazama going side by side with Naut. Naut looking round the outside of turn 4, but the Williams slams the door shut. And even makes contact there with the McLaren. As was he about to let him through? I don't really know. Malik down to P7 now, so the man that was on pole by lap 5 has already fallen down 6 places. So really not an ideal start here for the Sauber, but still a long race to go. Still 31 laps remaining here in this 36 lap race. It's about to come over the line. Start lap 6 here in Austria. Race that has already been pretty good, so hopefully it can continue and my voice will definitely be gone. Squirt on the hard tyres, showing good pace here. Only one of two people to go start on the hards, him and Mido. As Wesker has come into the pits to go onto a set of hard tyres, so as Adam Mako and Cater are swapping positions, Adam Mako up the inside of the Aston Martin, it looked like, into turn 3. Will Keynes be able to follow through as he sends one up the inside of turn 4. Cater leaves him the space. And I think they're going to now be side by side through turn 5. Can the Red Bull go around the outside of the Aston Martin? The Aston Martin has to leave him the space on the outside. Can he get this done? Oh, bit of contact there. They're still going side by side through turn 7. This is great racing between the two people that start with the letter K. So Keynes and Cater. That's a mouthful. Keynes gets ahead of Cater. Is down now up into P9, scoring 2 points for Red Bull as things stand. As we saw Squirt pick up a time penalty, so yeah, the penalties are very much coming thick and fast. As all of a sudden I actually ripped my my headset cord out of the controller, so yeah, apologies for the sudden lack of commentary. But yeah, Squirt up the inside of Nap into turn 3, and then the Racing Bulls back up the inside of turn 4. So swapping with DRS, lovely. Very much a DRS track is Austria, with our 3 DRS zones we have here. One out of the final corner, one out of the first corner, and one out of the third corner. So plenty of overtaking opportunities. As who is that coming to pit lane? Malik coming in. Adam Ako coming in lap 8. Are their tyres really that bad? After, well, yeah, 8 laps of racing. As GB Sanson also comes in, as well as Adrian. So they're going to go on to a set of hards. So yeah, really, tyres really must be wearing for these guys. As Knapp is still fending off the Williams of Squirt. Behind Hastaz, just watching this battle unfold. All he needs to do is finish ahead of Gerv and Nout. Yeah, it was Malik on pole by I think it was only by like a 10th, but I think he was like ahead by like a second or 2 at least earlier on in the session. The kid is a quality merchant and a half. Is that a car up the inside of the third? No, I think that was just Nout coming into the pit lane. I thought there was a move about to be done into the penultimate corner. As Nout don't speed into the pit lane. Oh my god. Yeah, championship leader now into the pit lane. He's going to go off the mediums and go onto the hards. And he does. As Gerv, the man who got spun earlier on in the race, will... Can he get ahead here of Nout in the McLaren? Would love a good camera angle, as here comes the McLaren up to turn 1 he goes. Gerv will go through turn 1 now, and you can see the McLaren on the right hand side. And he doesn't. Unfortunately, he cannot get ahead of the McLaren, as he's now passed by the other McLaren of Adam Ako. And now it's Malik's turn to get ahead of the Racing Bulls that has unfortunately lost so much ground after that spin at turn 3. He'll be really kicking himself after, we don't know obviously what really happened to him, if it was a mistake or if he got turned around by somebody, but yeah, really not ideal for the Racing Bulls. And the GB Sanson is now swapping positions with Adrian for P16. As Knapp into the pit lane, as well as Hastaz. As Cades picks up a 10-second time penalty speeding in the pit lane. That is not ideal for him whatsoever. So obviously when he needs to pit again, which he will do if he goes onto the hards, he'll probably pit, I want to say lap 28 maybe? If we have a safety car, obviously, then he'll have to serve that 10-second penalty in the pit stops. So yeah, he will drop down a few positions definitely. Hunter Clark, the man that got disqualified in qualifying, re-emerges from the pit lane. He is down to P17. Gerv has also come into the pit lane. He's now emerged last after his little spin-arenio. Up at the front, Squirt leads from TJ by 1.5 seconds. So the Williams, nice. And the Haas will come into the pit lane. Ooh, almost chopping the front wing off of the other Williams of Zukazama, but yeah, TJ doing the right thing and pulling off to the right hand side of the penultimate corner. Nothing wrong with that. It's more on the car behind to be careful. That promotes Mido, who started onto the hard tyres, up into P3. And it's a Williams 1-2 as things stand. Zukazama staying out. He is the only man to stay out as long as he does. Well, as long as anyone else on the hard tyres. But I assume he'll probably pit this lap to respond to Hastaz and who was the other one? Nap, I think. So I think he was racing actually with Malik, I want to say. Hunter Clark picks up a time penalty. As we're already on lap 11, this race has flown by already. Wow, it only feels like we haven't been racing for about 5 minutes. Zukazama, will he peel off the racing line and go onto the right? Come into the pit lane, let's find out. No, he doesn't. He stays out another one, so Zukazama maybe managing his tyres really well here and just yeah, he's keeping somewhat pace with Squirt. Gap under 2 seconds, but obviously Squirt will have the better tyres right about now. And Mido in P3 still going around, obviously on his hard tyres, he will not be pitting for a while yet. Going for one stop probably. Yeah, maybe, we'll just wait and see. I don't know how far he can take his tyres before they die fully. I don't think it'll work though. No, I don't think so. But we shall see. We shall see. As Wesker has now overtaken Malik, the pole sitter down another position. He's now going to fall down behind TJ as well. So can TJ get ahead of the home hero in the Ferrari? Not late enough on the brakes. Well, not alongside whatsoever. So stays in P9 for the time being, but Malik down to P10. He's now almost out of the points. Or as... Sorry? Squirt off the hard tyres. Is he about to go on to another set of hards? No, he doesn't. Squirt goes off of the hards and goes onto a set of mediums, and I assume he'll go on to another set of hards in the end of the near the end of the race. But interesting strategy here from Williams. Very interesting. I have to wait and see here what happens here for the Italian, who was in the lead of the race, is now pitted and gone down to P7. Still a good position. He obviously has a penalty, but if he has the pace, then that penalty will not matter. Cater and GB Sanson are swapping positions. They are down in P14 and P15 respectively. Keynes now ahead, getting ahead of Malik, who's now fallen out of the points. But well, with the Zugazama and Mido still yet to make their pit stops. As Hassas picks up another time penalty. Really not ideal for him as he's behind Nout. So 6 seconds now for the Alpine. All Nout needs to do is just keep his nose clean. Not get any penalties. He will make bank. He will make profit. Money. Hee. I'm going insane. Oh god. As Squirt getting ahead of the McLaren of Adamako. Up to P6 goes the Williams, and the next target is Haztaz. 5 seconds, well, 4 seconds up the road, and in the DRS of Nout. Haztaz on 1 lap fresher tyres than his championship rival. Let's go GT full tester, man. Hey, it's alright. I've had a week to process the Keynesian win, but we'll see. As yellow flag out. Hunter Clark, has he had an off? Along a straight, that's an odd place for a yellow flag to all of a sudden come out. Is he... Can you give us a good camera? Or are you just going to go helicopter shot on you the whole fucking track, aren't you? Yeah. We'll come back to him in a minute. Mido has now been caught by Nap, who obviously was running up there at the front. And with the DRS, Nap will comfortably get ahead of the Haas. Now is now going to try and follow him through. He needs to be careful as Hastaz is still right behind him. Hunter Clark picks up a time penalty. He does he have any damage? No, he's okay. He's all good. But now closing in behind of the Haas. Late on the brakes goes the McLaren and gets up into P3. And that is a net P2 in the race. Well, yeah, net P2 with Nap obviously being the race leader. For the time being, with obviously Zukazama still yet to make a pit stop. And Haztaz making a lovely move there up the inside of Mido into turn 5. Yeah, Mido down to P5. Zukazama finally makes his pit stop now. And if he is going for a one stop, he really needs to stretch those tyres out. Because he needs to take them 20 laps. He's done 15 laps on the mediums, so it might be doable if he can just manage his tyres well. I don't have to get lap 25. But yeah, probably is waiting for a safety car, but we'll see. We will see. Now, just barely ahead of Hastaz. There's not much he'll be able to do if Hastaz gets a good run out of here. And with the light flashing on the McLaren, I don't think there's much he can do. Hastaz, no. Now goes defensive into turn 4. Hastaz going to try and look for the switchback, but doesn't get the traction or the drive out of turn 4 to get the run down into turn 5 to get ahead of the McLaren. He will have to stay behind for the time being and wait for another lap to go past the McLaren. Mido has obviously fallen down, and well, he's now being caught by Squirt, who is rapidly approaching on his mediums. So we don't know what where Squirt will come. Well, if he plays a part. Sir Quacky. Kludgy Duck? Is it Kludgy Duck? Or is that because someone else? Squirt has now passed Mido and he's now up into P4. He's now got a 3-second gap. Now I'm someone else. Fair enough. As Hunter Clark comes into pit lane with the 10 seconds and retires, and he becomes our second DNF here in Austria. Still, safety car nowhere to be seen. Hastaz is still attacking the back of that McLaren. He can't find a way through for the time being. No. Now doing enough as things stand to stay ahead of his championship rival. Hastaz having 6 seconds. Even if the Alpine clears the McLaren, he needs to still pull 6 seconds on the McLaren, which, well, might be doable if he's got the pace, but if you can't get past him, then it's no good at all. As Mido has gone off and decides that he's now going to come into the pit lane. He's got a puncture! He has a puncture, ladies and gentlemen, and he's about to speed into the pit lane. He's almost crashed into the pit. Oh my god. That pit entry is very much not allowed. He almost crashed into the pit building, dude. Oh my word. Mido gets a puncture on lap 17. Mind you, Zukazama did 15 laps on mediums. Didn't get a single puncture. Mido has done 17 laps on hards and somehow got a puncture. How bad do you have to manage your tyres? Holy moly. Oh, you're better than... Wait, who did you bet on? Did you guys bet on Mido? All CC and controller, that's what happens. Anyway, now has finally conceded to Hastaz, but yeah, all he needs to do now is just stay behind and just stay within that 6 second buffer. Squirt is still about 3 seconds behind. Keynes is still there and thereabouts in the fight. He's on some of the youngest hard tyres in the field. Mido told me to put it all in on him. Oh, it's not looking good, bruv. As now has repassed Hastaz. So these two are battling. So we'll just keep an eye on these two for the time being. Keynes can win my money back if he gets a podium, though. Oh, you gotta love gambling. Or betting, whatever you want to call it. Oh, fun and games, fun and games. Keynes, lock in. Win Burb his money back. I'm addicted. Yeah, that's what they all say. Like, actually. Keynes, well, he hasn't got a penalty. And he's currently, I think he would get, no. Yeah, he would get a podium, actually, if he could just stay within the gaps that he needs to do to get a podium. So, Ollie, why don't you gamble? I don't know. I don't know how to gamble yet. I don't know I don't know how to do it yet. Hey, chill out, chill. No, I don't know the commands to place bets, but I probably place it all in on Mido too, as he's now got, I think that's 9 seconds. So he's on 16 seconds. Do betting / help. I will do that. I will do that eventually. But Hastaz has repassed now, and the ding-dong battle continues, with Nap pulling a well, almost 3-second gap. Well, it is 3 seconds now ahead of these two, so you still need to be careful. Stupid bets. Wait, what can you bet on? Can you just bet on Keynes finishing P3, or like can you just bet on Keynes getting a haircut tomorrow or something? I don't know. I bet Keynes bold. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Talking of Keynes, he is under threat from TJ. From randomized Risbo chooses. Fair enough. I definitely want to be in on that. 100%. As now has retaken P2 from Hastaz. These two are still going to go some. Going to have a ding-dong battle here. You love to see it. The two championship rivals going side by side here. Well, almost side by side. But now it gets back up to P2. He is convinced. Well, not convinced. He is determined to stay ahead of the Alpine. That's all he needs to do here. He's still championship leader. So he needs to finish. Well, he needs to not let Hastaz finish. Well, yeah. If he scores 4 more points than the McLaren, then he will be the new championship leader going into the final race in Mexico. As Squirt has picked up a time penalty for going off there. As Keynes come into the pit lane to, I assume, go into the mediums to finish off the race. Let's us find out. Another set of hards, actually. So Keynes playing it conservative. Playing it safe, should we say. So, yeah, Keynes is now going to be chasing down for that P3 spot. As obviously having the penalty. Now we'll be hoping that Keynes can jump ahead of the Alpine to give himself more of a buffer. Setting up body. Oh my god. As ooh. Is that Squirt coming into the pit lane? I think it is. Yes, it is. As well as TJ. I saw them all of a sudden jerk to the right hand side. As well as now Hastaz coming in also, but Nap will stay out one more lap, I assume. He's currently in quite a comfortable lead. He had about 3 and a bit seconds ahead of the man in P2. So yeah, he is doing a good job. Zukazama will emerge somehow now in P2. So the Williams, who pitted a few laps ago. Yeah, 7 laps ago, is now up into P3. As Hastaz has split strategies to Nout. And he's gone for the mediums as well, but Nout has gone for the hards. Show us some Adrian. Alright, let's go watch Adrian. He's being overtaken by Malik. We're watching Adrian. There he is. As Hastaz has overtaken Nout, but you kind of expected that being on the mediums. But we're going to go back to the enthralling battle of Adrian and Malik for 14th. The yellow flag has come out. That is Braver Container up at turn 3. He has had a spin. As Nap comes into the pit lane, he goes onto the hards, and that will take him to the end of the race. And he will emerge in P2 with Zukazama yet to, Zukazama may be good here for the win if he can manage his tyres, but he still needs to take them another 12 laps, which will take him up to a total of 20 laps on the hards. So we saw Mido's tyres puncture on lap 17, so we'll have to wait and see. But Zukazama was doing a good job managing his mediums earlier on in the race, but we'll just have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. Keynes now 2 seconds behind the McLaren of Nout, and comfortably within that 6 second gap that he needs to be in to get ahead of Hastaz. He has this man for company Squirt on the fresh mediums. So he needs to be careful of the Williams that will rapidly try and get ahead of him and pull away. Oh, I'm going to change up my seating position. I've been sat in the same position for like the last 2 hours. Ouch. My legs have decided that they want to click in every fucking spot. Suboptimal. Okay. How about the front? Zukazama's advantage of about 7.5 seconds has been cut by Nap by about a second. So Nap really showing good pace here as Nap has cleared Hastaz. So Hastaz falling down and will... Well, I think he might actually be under threat. As Squirt has got up the inside of Keynes into turn 4. Keynes will hold it round the outside as State gets to the inside of turn 3. We've got a camera angle that's about 4 miles away. Keynes will hold. Oh, Squirt sends one up the inside of turn 7. Or turn 6, should we say? And then through turn 7 they go over that little right-handed kink. Squirt putting his nose up the inside, letting Hayden know that he's not going to back down from this, but TJ is following behind. TJ, who obviously doesn't have a penalty, will get ahead of Squirt and maybe even Hastaz. So Hastaz may even finish P6 here. Let's just wait and see how the race unfolds. Let's take a nosy. One warning for the McLaren. Let's have another nosy. Uh-oh. As yellow flag out. Who is that? I think that's the other Alpine of Braver Container having another incident. Yeah, you know what, let's do that. Let's take a look at the pens of our top goers. 1, 2. 1. Too many. 3. Keynes cheating. What the fuck? Keynes has stayed ahead of Squirt for the time being. Squirt maybe just not having the pace on the mediums that he had early on. Or, yeah, earlier on in the race. Zukazama is rapidly being closed down by Nap. Nap is showing fantastic pace here in Austria. Gerv sets the fast lap of the race, but he's down in P14. He's out of the points after his earlier spin. Hastaz looking to the outside of turn 4. Now defends the inside. Still does a good job there of holding that inside and just not letting the Alpine get ahead. Hastaz burning up his tyres, probably sitting behind McLaren. He needs to get ahead really if he wants any chance of staying ahead of Nout. But Nout doing a good job here, showing why he may walk away champion in round 12. Tier 4 is so slow they don't push track limits. I don't want to say anything. I'm sure half the tier 4 grid will bite your arm off with that, but oh well. Going on. Yes, it is. TJ going up the inside of Squirt into turn 3. The Haas now gets promoted up into what is, I think, P5 in the race, with Hastaz having his penalties. Actually, no, yeah, it will be P5 as Squirt looking to come back on the outside of turn 4. Nothing doing there. He will stay in P7 for the time being. And how many penalties does he have? He's had 6 seconds himself, so he will fall down to Adamako as well as maybe Kieran and Wesker, maybe even Adrian. That may possibly he may fall out of the points. Will the Williams? Yeah. So Keynes may win your money back as things stand. Actually, no, he won't. Because I forgot about Zukazama. I completely forgot about Zukazama. What am I talking about? Speaking of Zukazama, the gap nearly within a second to Nap. So we'll keep an eye on the battle for P3 between Hastaz and Naut, two championship rivals going head to head here in the Austrian mountains. And yeah, the gap now already under a second from Zukazama to Nap. So Nap is absolutely flying in this race. And as things stand, looking very comfortable to take a win here. And what he needs to do first is clear the Williams. Well, with the DRS zones around this circuit, you have to say it's probably going to be quite an easy move. Through turn 1 he goes. Now he will deploy all the battery, running up to the world's turn 3. He will go for it. Zukazama will have the DRS going into turn 4, but will the he might not have the traction out of turn 3. Almost loses the car under traction there, and that was almost a race-ending crash into the barriers there. But Nap is now up into the lead, and he will go on maybe to win this race. We'll have to wait and see if he may have some sort of drama later on. But now, can Naut catch the back of Zukazama to take P2 in this race? And can Keynes pick up a podium if Hastaz clears Zukazama? We'll have to find out. We only have 6 laps remaining. Well, 7 laps remaining as things stand. This race is very close to being finished. A race that has kind of flown by, to be honest. Austria almost every time I do commentary on Austria, it always flies by. At how short this this lap is. That's Keynes being pressured here by TJ. TJ looking to get ahead of the Red Bull, last week's race winner. Zuka puncture lap 36. Squirt earlier. I can't even read who that is. Oh, it's Kevin. I can't even read who it is because the colour is so dark. Okay, Kevin in the chat. You love to see it. As a car going off in the background. Who is that? That's Wesker and Malik have had it coming together. I assume Wesker has spun or something. Did he just try and rejoin the circuit and spin? I think that is might as what just happened. That was Red Bull. Nice. Wesker at his home event, looking like he won't score a single point here, unfortunately for him, but still nice to be competing at home, I suppose. But Malik, he's probably not going to score any points here either. The man that took pole position and looks so dominant in qualifying may not even score a single point as things stand. So who is that? That is the the lapped car of Braving Container on the soft tyres, being behind the Hastaz. I was confused who that was. But it's something we do not have to worry about. Yeah, the prediction from Kevin has said Zukazama will have a puncture on lap 35 of this race. We're on lap 32 now, about to start lap 33. Let's have a look at the tyres. Oh, that front left. Looking a bit, looking a bit, you know, yeah, that's front left looking a bit rough. Even the rear left is looking a bit, yeah. So Zukazama needs to be careful here if he wants to keep staying P2. He needs to be also wary of Naut, who is catching him actually, as I thought that was Hastaz going for a move, but it's not. It's just Braver Container, as Naut has a huge slap of oversteer under braking there, as Gerv has retired. Oh no. With that retirement, Gerv may well and truly be out of this title fight, I'm afraid. That could have been the turning point in Gerv's season earlier on in this race. Unfortunately with the DNF, that may be it for the Racing Bulls. We'll have to wait and see. There's still one more race to go. But he needs to win Definitely. And he needs these two, Taz and Now to DNF, if he wants any chance of winning this title next week in Mexico. Yeah, God, Now will win the championship, mark my words. Sorry for your misfortune today, buddy. I'll tell you what, you gave it a fucking good shot, so if you don't win it, then you know, GG's to you. Done great all season, but fingers crossed for you next week. But we're on lap 34. Zukazama on his 18-lap-old hard tyres. They will not be feeling great whatsoever. Taz can kill himself. Oh my god. Was it Taz that caused your incident? Ooh. Taz being the one to cause the incident for Gerv. So Taz maybe taking a trip to the steward's room. I'll have to wait and see what happens after this race, but stuff will definitely be subject to change. As Kieran's passed Squirt, and he's gone up into P7. He has a penalty, so Adamaka will probably clear both of these guys and get up into P7. But all of a sudden, Kane's now on the back of Taz. Taz has fallen off the back of these guys and will, well, most certainly finish in P6. With TJ following him through. Will he send one at the inside of turn 1? Yes, he will. He will go for the move. Taz doesn't leave any really room at all, and he runs off and gets another penalty. That's 9 seconds now for the Alpine. But he's comfortably ahead of Kieran, so he will stay ahead and will stay in P6. But now very close to getting a P2 here. Really beneficial for the McLaren. He broke so early, and I was behind him. He brake checks me. Ooh, that is not good from Taz if that is true. But now closing in on the Williams, who is apparently going to get a puncture this lap. Is this tire going to puncture? That front left is looking so bad. As he's past the pit lane, point of no return. Zukazama did not get a puncture on lap 35. Lap 36 it is then. And now is in this DRS, and unfortunately he's now getting DRS from Brave Container. So Zukazama may have a... maybe his saving grace as Brave Container lets him go. And is he going to have the DRS through into turn 3? As he gets horrible traction, he doesn't have DRS. Now we'll have an opportunity here into turn 4. Will he have the speed to get ahead of the Williams? Well, he will have opportunities through the middle sector as TJ is cleared. Kane's in for P4. Taz has fallen down. There's yellow flags going on everywhere. I'm not sure what's happening, but up in the front, Nap will win the race. But can now clear Zukazama for P2. It'll be an extra 3 points for the McLaren if he can. He's got really one more opportunity in this race. But through the final corner comes Nap. He will win, but we've got to keep an eye on this. Can now clear the Williams. He gets not a great run through turn 9, through turn 8, and through turn 9 goes the Williams. And it will be Zukazama taking on P2, now in P3, and then TJ in P4, Kane's in P5, Taz will finish in P6. And Adam Mako, will he actually jump ahead of Taz? Yes, he will. Taz down to P7. That's huge. Taz to P7. That is huge for the championship. Kieran will finish P8. Adrian P9. Malik does score a point here after taking pole. GB Sanson P11. Wesker P12. Cades of P13. Squirt in P14 after... oh, he has a puncture. There we go. One Williams survived, but the other one didn't. 92% tyres on Zukazama's car. That is very lucky that he didn't get a puncture there. But Squirt will finish in P14, I think that was. And brings home what was quite an exciting race, actually. So, yeah, GG's to all the guys that finished. Lovely stuff. But now, Now, may have just put one hand on the trophy after that event. Let's go a point P1 to P10. Just reverse it, bro. Reverse it. P10 to P1. Yeah. We'll take it. But there we go then. Nap wins from P5 on the grid. He does a fantastic job, I must say. He definitely will be driver of the day if we do still do that. Lucas Armour finishes in P2 for Williams. Still gets, after being the only man to do a one-stop in this race, finishing in P2 is an excellent result for him. And then the championship leader now. Well, he extends his championship lead from 3 points. I think that is an extra, what? I think the... Ooh, let me try and do the maths. I think now his championship lead should be over 10 points, I think. Or I think it might be 9. Yeah, now we'll lead the championship. Let's just say that. Now will extend his lead. Keynes finishes in P5. So unfortunately, he doesn't win any money for Burb. So yeah, sadness. That is your lot, ladies and gentlemen. Round 11 has been completed here in Tier 3. Tier 3? Tier 3? Didn't realize we're in Tier 3 now. But yeah, that is your race here in Tier 4. It's been a thoroughly enjoyable one to commentate. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for Tier 3's race, which will be in Austria. So yeah, hopefully catch most of you guys there. Obviously, I will not be commentating. It will be somebody else, but I will be back on Tier 1's commentary on Saturday night, 8 PM, with my good friend GB Sanson. Until then, keep being awesome. And yeah, what do I say? What can I say to finish off the stream? I'm gay.